It's me! I have returned! Welcome to the evening stream. As you can see, different shirt. I've been jogging. But I have returned from jogging. It was very good jogging. I'm very excited about the jogging that I did today. Okay, let's tweet this out that we're back so people know. A game by its cover. Wait, okay, this is my face. Okay, so do I have Pico-8 open? Yeah. So I wanted to actually talk a little bit about programming. Actually, I want to experiment a little bit with different artists, but I have to say there's this one hip hop artist which I really enjoyed, and this is now. Let's go with our Marcus D. Okay, guys. So in the previous stream we had some problems with some very basic gameplay going. Let me show you real quick. But alas, the problem right now is that the game stalls very quickly, right? And so right now, for example, I can have 3 buns. Now, I can't do the 3 cinnamon rolls. I can't have 3 croissants, and I can't have 3 buns. So, like just like that, the game is over. GG, well done, well played. You know, there's nothing here. Hey Friedrich, how are you doing? Oh yeah, I had a really good run. I'm getting. I wasn't jogging so much recently because it was very hot, and I'm very susceptible to heat. But now it's getting better, so I'm enjoying this a lot. So, anyways, yeah. So the problem is that this gameplay is interesting. I was just looking at something. So the problem is that this gameplay, yeah. See, this is something I don't like. See how the white arrow, how that sometimes gets kind of like over the croissant, over the lower croissant, the lower arrow. That's something I don't like. So maybe the white arrow has to be higher. Let's fix that real quick as while we're at it. Show game. Do. I think that's slightly less worse. Still not ideal, but at least I can kind of live with it. Can I make it even less? 12? Feels a bit cramped. But now we're not getting these problems. Yeah. Hey, Disford. Is it Disford? No, wait, Diffsord. Disford is probably also good a nickname, but it's not you. It's a different person, apparently. I'm sorry. I'm so bad with names. I'm the worst with names. It's my fault. It's the worst thing when you get somebody's names wrong. They feel like, you know, you don't care. It happens to me so often. It's so bad. Anyways, yeah. So the problem that I'm having right now is that okay, we fixed this visual. I think this works better now. No, it's fine. I mean, nicknames are nicknames. You don't choose your nicknames. You're just a stupid teenager and you just mash the keyboard. And then it's like for the next 20 years, like, no, why am I Darklog 22? At least that's how I got my nickname. Okay, so so yeah, so this works now, and so the problem is now the game stalls, and I've been thinking. So the good thing about jogging is that usually when you do this kind of activity, this kind of physical activity, your brain is free to roam around. Even though I heard an audiobook, I still was thinking about this, and sometimes your brain needs some time to figure things out, right? So let me present with you some thoughts that I had. I thought we're gonna move over to Notepad for this, because this is Pico-8 is a bit constricted. We're gonna make a bigger font so we can see even bigger. Okay. So I have some notes here, right? I'm gonna have a gameplay ideas thing. So this thing is a bit clearer up. So I have here real to-dos and here's like gameplay ideas, right? Gameplay thing. So let me put it in a good folder. Lazy devs, gameplay. Is this literally the same song again? Are we on a loop? Come on, man. We are on the same loop. Oh, right, because I set a there we go. So here's my thinking. So we're currently having the following problem. Let's say we're flying a beautiful airplane, right? This is the ground, and this line is our beautiful airplane. It goes like, wee. Actually, it's even worse. We actually start on a tower, right? And this plane goes like, wee. And so some of the ideas that we're having, what they do is they kind of like put you up on this thing again, and maybe you fly a bit higher this time around, but it's like, and you go, you know, like it's this constant. It kind of like delays the inevitable, but it doesn't change the fact that our gameplay kind of, it's by its nature will run down itself very quickly. And so I think when we're talking about the binning. With binning, I mean that's a delay, right? So with binning, I mean you can remove a single pastry, a single bun. You can just throw it away, right? That's something that just delays the inevitable. Especially if the binning is something that where it's like a resource, right? You eventually run out of the bins, like something that you charge up. Like once you reach 5 bins, you cannot bin anymore or something like this. That's something that will just delay the inevitable. So, but what we're looking for actually is something else. We're looking for a gameplay that is, we're looking for systematic approach. We're looking for something that won't just reset us so we can do this thing again, but that actually allows us to kind of like float our gameplay here a little bit. And of course, this will have the problem that our gameplay will become unending might even like go away like this, where it's like, okay, there's like no way I can lose that right now. But that's kind of like a good problem to have, because when we are like here, when our gameplay is like wildly escalating and we cannot lose anymore, then there's ways which we can like bring it down again, like we can make it harder again. But this point, like the not getting started again, like this always trying to fly, this is something that we kind of have to approach systematically. And I think having a delay is not something that will, like delaying the inevitable is not something that will help here. So I think bidding is might be a good gameplay that we add eventually, but I don't think it's something to good now. So hold is another idea, which I like a little bit better. So the idea with hold is that you can get a bun and you could put it like in a space next to the playboard, and it's there, right? And it's kind of like binning at first. You think like, okay, you're just removing something from the board. But the idea is that you can switch a piece on the board with something that you have in the bin always. So let's say you have a croissant and you remove the croissant and put it in the bin. And the next time you find, let's say, like a cinnamon roll, right? And then you can switch the croissant that you have in the bin with the cinnamon roll. And that allows you to always hold one thing and switch back in when you need it. And I think this is something that's more like systematic. This gives you like another technique, so to speak. So if you return to this gives you like a technique, like a new mechanic that actually doesn't just like prolong the gameplay, doesn't just like get you out of the hole when you're stuck, but actually allows you to actually steer yourselves upwards again. Like this is actually a new ability that you have in this game that has the potential of making the game go better in general, making the game easier. So a hold would be more systematic, but I have more ideas for holds. So I also thought about I called it like preview hold. Because the question was like, okay, so how many holds? Do you have maybe multiple hold slots? Like how does the hold work, right? And the thing is, I kind of like the bin because it was delay, but it would actually work really well with power-ups. Right? That's something that is actually really easy to power up. Like you can, like, let's say you could have like a mechanic where you have a 4 in a row that always gives you like an additional bin. That gives you more life, so to speak. Or you could tie it to the pastry loadouts that we talked about. Like maybe there's a pastry that gives you more bins. And these other the holds ones, these seems to be like more. These are like systems, you know, and might be not as easy to tie them with power-ups. They're not like one-off abilities, but actually like real systems that are part of that completely change the way the game works. Right. So a preview hold is also systematic, or maybe to explain what a preview hold is. So I was thinking like, okay, where is this bin? Like, is this something that... So I was thinking maybe also the hold is something that also is maybe provided by your pastry loadout. So maybe like some pastries provide you with a hold slot, so to speak, right? And so if you have like these combination of, like if you pick this pastry, you have 2 hold slots. And if this pastry have, these 3 pastries have 3 hold slots, so it gives you like additional slots. But also thought about maybe, okay, how about we also thinking where to put it on the screen. And if you look at this, one opportunity that we have is to use these preview slots as hold slots. So instead of like having like a slot here, like here, this thing where you put stuff in and out, what you instead can do is like you take a pastry and exchange it with a pastry in the previous slot. Like this would be like an ability. This allows you, gives you actually a lot more options for your holds, right? Because suddenly it's like not just like this, not just switching one pastry for another, but actually switching one pastry for 4 different others, and it could be like completely different pastries. Sometimes they're going to be the same pastry, but sometimes they will like really, this will really open up the game. But I think this might be OP. I'm eager to try it, but I think this might be really OP. It's also systematic. and might actually turn the game to be really easy. So then again, you're thinking about maybe delaying this somehow, so you can't actually do it always. But I don't know. It's like seems. I kind of like the cool thing about the preview hold is that it also gives you, like, if you exchange something with a preview and then you actually do an order, then it actually falls, the thing that you previewed falls down on the board, and that might allow you to, like, it might allow you to do the really strategic plannings, because you actually rearrange the order of the buns that are about to fall on the board. So sometimes you might actually do a preview hold, not to make some exchanges on the board possible, but to make, after you do an exchange, to make actually the buns fall better, you know. How about moving the orders to the left or right? And then you can have the hold slots on the bottom without sacrificing the preview. I'm not aiming to sacrifice the preview. We still have enough space for the preview. It's fine. I was just thinking, you know, it's kind of like, it's more efficient way if your hold slots are at the same time also the preview slots. I mean, the game works without the previous slots. I just thought it was kind of nice. Allows you more strategic play. So yeah, these are like the things that I thought about. There are some more thoughts I had. What are... So I definitely want to have a bigger board, try a bigger board, and more orders. I think this is like something that is more quicker to pull off. And we probably will... I'm falling in love with the hold function. It will be very powerful, but I kind of falling in love with it. One problem is the problem is UI. It's kind of difficult, or like keyboard button layout. So we only have 2 buttons, right? And we are using both buttons. One is for issuing, like, fulfilling orders, and the other one is for turning the mouse cursor. So how are we going to use a third option, which is doing the hold thing? And that means that we will have to probably make it like a button on the side of the board, and you have to go with the cursor there and push the button and then go again on the board, and then, you know, do the hold thing. Not the most elegant solution, I would say. It would be the best if there was a button to just do the hold switch right away. But, you know, it could be worse. I don't want to do the smart RNGs. I mean, there's multiple ways of doing the smart RNGs, but the problem is, like, once it becomes like a high score game, then people are very likely to exploit these kinds of systems. Yeah, bin mice. Diagonal matchings, I haven't thought about this. I might try it out, but the problem with diagonal matching is I feel I'm not keen on doing, and I'm not too keen on doing the diagonal matching. One problem that I'm having is that it really increases the amount of ways of fulfilling an order, to the point where it might be not as easy to see, where it's like, oh, I haven't seen that there is also I can do it in the order like this, you know. So the game might become very visually hard to parse for a person. I kind of liked how these how, you know, adjacency, like sideways and upwards, it's very easy to spot, but diagonally might be not as easy to spot. Maybe it's worth try it out to see if that's really the case. Yeah, and timeout I definitely don't want to have. I was thinking about this, and it's like, so timeout actually doesn't solve our problem if you think about it, because our problem is like the game runs itself down, right? Like it goes like this. And so if you have a timeout, that technically allows you to, bring it back, so to speak, a little bit, because you want one of your order times out and you get a new order, and that maybe allows you to kind of continue going. But the problem is you feel like you're being punished for something that you couldn't change, right? Because the order times out, because you waited for too long, because there was like seconds ticking down and you didn't see it and then you went away. But the problem is sometimes the order you get punished because you took too long. But it's not that you didn't react fast enough. It's just like there was no option for you there to get. So sometimes you will see, okay, there's obviously no 3 croissants, so you just wait until the order ticks down, you know. It's kind of like feels like the game expects you to do something that you actually can't do. Games expect you to give you 3 croissants and it likes waiting for you, but it's like there's no croissants on the board, you know, like chill out, man. So that's one of the reasons why I don't like the timeout. I think the timeout would work. That would be a good mechanic if the game was always going. If our current problem was that the game is like this, you know. If this was our game, if it was just like it's so easy just to fulfill all those orders. Like they're coming in and there's thousands of orders, like Bejeweled, where it's like there's always some kind of 3-off, you know. Then having timeouts makes sense because like okay, that kind of like puts an upper limit of how the game escalates, or at least like this limit, like you know at some point the game is over, you know. But that's not the problem that we're having right now. Okay, enough talk. So I'm not gonna do too long. I'm just gonna work until until midnight. So again, I'm thinking of actually going for the hold or the bin. I mean, the bin, as we said, the bin probably won't work, so probably just go directly for the hold. But yeah, so that's the thing I want to do next, the auto row completion, because that's a mechanic I wanted to have, and I haven't implemented it yet. So for example, here we actually should have a croissant here, croissant row. I actually cannot remove it. And also maybe the flying buns as well, because it's not that difficult to pull off, and it will make it maybe more clear what's happening. Okay. Oh yeah, I wanted to also write some other gameplays idea I have. You could keep a button pressed to hold a key to hold a bun. E.g. holding it for 1 second and then it's held in the slot. So the problem with holding is that it forces the opponent, it forces the player to do nothing. And that feels bad, I feel. Like, it might be worthwhile in a game where it's like, where it's a fighting game or something, where it's like your character charges up or something, that makes sense. But in this kind of game, I feel that, and also selling and order and holding, I feel, would be very close together. Like maybe if don't hold long enough and then suddenly you sold, but you actually wanted to hold, you know. That would be, that's something I want to really avoid. And also, yeah, one other problem is that that's something you have to explain in the tutorial. You have to if you hold it, then, you know, it gets transported to this other thing. And people might not realize, and they just press the button, and then suddenly, why did it go there? I just want to sell it, you know. So I think you actually want to have it on the board so people can actually see, oh, I'm just going to go there and press the button, you know. Yeah, I was thinking a lot of the things, but there's like no good solution for this. The one thing that you could do is if you select a bun, a single bun, and there's no order for it, you could auto hold it. You might actually do it like this. But yeah, I don't know. We can try it later on. But I think you still want to have the manual hold, where you actually go to a hold slot, pick the bun from a hold slot, and put it on the board. But you know, that's a whole thing. You have to create a button on the screen. You have to have two modes suddenly, or at least you have a second mode, cursor mode. Like one is the selling buns mode, and the other one is, okay, I press the hold button, and now I'm back on the board, and this time I'm not selling buns anymore, but now I'm exchanging the bun, you know. I know if auto-row is auto-row a good name? Let's call it auto-row, whatever. So I was also thinking about how to do auto-row. Funny enough. Sorry for being such a killjoy, but the suggestions are really good. I'm always such a know-it-all. Let's not dismiss the holding might be a solution after all. Yeah. Let's keep that. Let's save that in our head and let it mill around. Maybe holding itself doesn't work. I was also thinking maybe double tapping or something. That might also work. Oh, another thing I also thought maybe making selling by its nature like a two-step process, and that's actually something I always want to avoid. But actually, that was something I had as idea in my first design or my first conception of this. You select the buns, and instead of fulfilling the order automatically, you actually have to go with the cursor to the order that those buns belong to. But I actually steered away from this. I want to make sure that the orders down there are always different orders, so you cannot have like a situation where you have to decide which order you want to fulfill in. But now, if there is a bin or a hold, it might be worthwhile doing this after all. Check for rows and full of buns. Okay, so local. So first I want to go horizontally and then vertically, I think. So how are we going to do this? Yeah, I know. So we're gonna figure out the mailbox. Okay, so like this. So every time we're selecting, and then we're gonna go bun equals buns I. So we're kind of selecting the bun, the first bun in a row. Hey Diogo, you like the music? Yeah, I like it too. I really like this artist. Right, unfortunately I will have to leave, but I will catch with the rest. Happy coding and have a good evening. Yeah, have a good evening too, Friedrich. See you next time. So buns. Repeat until. Let's do an until here. Let's give me a J. J equal and an increment, I guess. J, no, actually, yeah. So I'm not sure. Okay, whatever. J equals I plus board width plus 1, right? So because we're... No, actually, no, that's just plus 1. These are rows, after all. Yeah, these are rows. So we're going from left to right. J plus equals 1. Let's do it like this. Until bun J is not equals bun. And then if J equals I plus board width, then I guess we know that there's a horizontal thing, right? Let's try this. And let's copy this and make it for X as well. So, oh gosh, I messed up. Okay, whatever. column. Let's try this. Oh, we are not actually running it anywhere. We are going to do this after we after we clear Buns. Oh, I love this sound. So my goal is now to I know how we're going to do this. We're going to cheat by giving us always 1 bun orders. So this should give us a row. What? Oh, the irony! Oh, the irony! Screw this. What? Oh, the Buns is not underscore. Oh my gosh. Let's just wait until, yeah, okay. Oh no, we can't actually. What? Oh, we actually got it. Our debugging function just doesn't work. Let's try it again. I think we get this. What? Oh, come on. Seriously? Oh, it just I never get cinnamon. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, row at 3. So let's see if we can get a column. This is like nightmare. Oh, we almost got it. No, we don't have a... Oh. There we go. Oh, it doesn't give me a column. Oh, I guess it does give me a... No, it doesn't. Row at 3, it says. And the row no longer exists? Okay, there's a problem there. Oh, row at. No, it's fine. No, we didn't get the column. Right? Yeah, we didn't get the column. It didn't count the column. Also, let me end this nightmare. Whoops. These pretzels are making me thirsty, says Tobias. Hi, Tobias. That face when you debug function crashes your game. Yeah, check order. Let's not make this broken. I just want the clear buns. Just do the clear buns. If you check the order. And everything else is optional. And then return. What the fudge? Doesn't want this? Oh, come on. Like this. Okay, okay, we're not getting any columns. So we're gonna go to board with -1, do mailbox. We're getting the mailbox. We're getting the bun. Maybe we are not. Ah, that should be board height, right? Oh, right. Oh, yeah, I got it. Yeah, I know why. Wanna know what? Let's just do a counter. C plus equals 1. Underscore C. I don't have the patience for this. Okay, so it's if this is board height. +1. And if this is board width. I really want the croissants and pretzels now. These Mai-Chan should sell coffee too. It could be a wildcard or a special effect panel. Ah, that's maybe a good idea. I'm gonna write this down. Coffee. Yeah, I was thinking about. Yeah, that's something also that I just discussed. So in my gameplay considerations, another one was coffee. So another one was maybe wildcards. So we could maybe have orders that accept any kind of pastry. So that would be a good solution. And then order manipulation would be also nice. So maybe you can change the order from a croissant to something else. You know, oh, maybe you want to have a croissant after all. Bling. That might be a good one. And there's another one. What if bin mice? Mouse behind logo, what? A bin so you can keep your mouse. Yeah, it's very important to have a bin for your mouse. Let's try this. Okay, so we should get. Okay. C is a nil value. I got it. Oh, you don't know what I mean. Yeah, we've been discussing. Oh, look, there's an entire row. I don't want to break it. There we go. Row at 1. Okay, got it. And then let's see, you can make the column happen. Yeah, there we go. Column. This works too. Good. So this should be column and row, which I guess we're getting, but the debug gets overwritten. Yeah, there is a mouse on the cover. Yeah, we discussed this earlier, that maybe we thought about maybe the mouse being some kind of special power that allows you to remove a single pastry from the board, like you give it to the mouse. But I think right now the gameplay changes. We're kind of like trying to make the gameplay work, and then we can see if we can get mouse theming in there somewhere. I definitely want to have mouse somewhere, absolutely. Maybe the mouse, or like the simplest thing would be the mouse are actually buying the pastries. Okay. So what do I want to do here? I guess so I want to actually return if we found one. Return. Because the problem is, like, there's some animations happening, and I want the buns to settle before a potential 4-off combo disappears. So that's why we're gonna go return. We actually want to make sure if there's a 4-off that was found, we want to wait a couple of frames until the bun settles and then make it disappear. And in the meantime, you can't sell any buns because we have to turn off the buns. Okay, and so now we want to actually highlight those rows, right? Actually, so maybe what I want to do here is actually override the cell buns. Call it cell R. And this is a bit of a complicated case here, but the problem is, like, something that can happen is that we have multiple 4-off rows happening at the same time, and in this case we want to remove all of them at the same time because they might actually share a pastry. Like, there could be a cross that you created somehow, and in this case you don't want to just remove one of them because that will break the other one, so you want to remove them in one go, and that's why we have to actually have like a array that we use to store all of the buns that need to be removed in. loop here. And we go cell buns equals okay, so now when we clear buns, we're gonna go check auto roll. If check auto row equals false, do some ones. No, we're just going to do if check auto row, then else. Okay, auto row. That's a timer for the auto row, and let's set it to something like that's really high, like 60. And then here, when we if actually auto is 60, and then in the update function, I think we're gonna do it in the redo cell buns. There we go. If auto row t is greater than 0, then return. Don't even do it, man. Don't even do it. Don't even dare. You can still move the cursor around, but and what else? Check order. Yeah, I'll also check order. And then in the update function, update game, auto, if auto row T is greater than 0, then auto row T minus equals 1. And then if we reach 0 now, then yeah, we can afford. Then remove buns. Does it remove buns? Clear buns. I'm not sure why it's... Oh, right, I got it. It's this one line statement. Yeah. It worked. I got the combo. Oh, look at this. Yes! So let us, the delay is a bit high now. Let us make the delay a bit slower. Actually, we don't need this. We put everything into check auto row, and then redo cell buns is now being skipped because we got it here, right? And we also don't need to return it anymore. Just need one place where when we deal with the things that are happening when the outer rod gets triggered. But I didn't change it. I wanted to change to 30. Let's see how that works. It was a bit sudden. Yeah, it's a bit sudden. Maybe the truth is somewhere in the middle. Yeah, that's better. A double combo, nice! Good. I'm happy about how this works. So let us bring back the gameplay. Bring back the gameplay. Why you no go? Oh yeah, because because now we actually have to pay attention to what we're doing. Even we just have one of buns. Let's bring the game back. Bring it back. We set up all these things to make it easier. Okay, now, oh look, we have like a pink. Oh, good. Yeah, now 3 pretzels and two buns, but we can remove one single. But I don't see how we can make buns this way. Yeah, see, this would be the moment where we would... Can you switch the layout to... Oh, yeah, sorry. I wasn't paying attention. Oh, yeah, that's good. I got out. Look, I got out. Oh, wait. No focus on the Pico-8. So this allows us to get this. Oh, and then 3. Oh, look at... Oh, the combo. It's real. The combo. Look at this, and we can now do this. Oh, it actually almost works. This is the best game that I had in this game, but I think now we're stuck. Yeah, now we're stuck. There's 3 offs for everything. Womp womp. But I'm really happy about how this works. Hey, Arda, how are you doing? pretzels and croissants. Yeah. Oh man, look at there's like 4 croissants waiting in the slots. Good. So let's check this in. So I think the next thing we're gonna do, fine, holiday started again on extraction. And so there is a stream tweet, very productive, I guess. Yeah, well, it kind of forces you to be, to continue working your thing. You want to show people something, you don't want to waste everybody's time. Okay guys, I'm gonna grab a tea, because I'm still thirsty after jogging. And when we return in a couple of seconds, we will so you can vote now. Do you want me to make the buns fly over the screen, or shall we try to implement the 4th order? That's something that you have to figure out. I'll be right back. Ribbon Quest, if you can make them fly into shopping bag, that would be great. Yeah, that was the idea a little bit. Back from the break. I thought making them fly to the order place. Yeah. So yeah, so the orders are not set in stone currently. So yeah, one of the ideas I had, maybe there's like bags coming up and there's like the little because right now I have like the speech bubbles, but maybe it's like an entire bag and the buns are flying into the bag and then the bag goes away when the order is fulfilled. Might be a good solution. I don't know. But something like this, yeah. I want them to fly now. Right now, I will make them fly into the orders, and then we can think about what to do next. Good. I kind of don't like how this R&D Buns is turning into the official start the game function. That's something that we might fix at some point. But yeah, sell buns, mailbox, pre-buns. Where do we create the sprites? Oh, there's this extra function for this, right? Like, it's a UI function, UI stuff. Make buns per. Reset pre-sprite. Reset sprite, yeah. No, redo button sprite. There we go. Buns per. So here's where we're gonna add another array, and this is gonna be flies per. I'm gonna call it flies per. And this is an array of buns that are flying, the flying buns. And then when we draw, we just make sure that we also draw this one. Well, first let's make it sure we're updating it. We're animating the buns, so we're gonna go animate buns flies per. Okay, so now they are being animated. Now let's make sure that we're actually also drawing them. So here's where we're drawing the previous sprites, and we're going to use a similar thing to draw the actual sprites of the flying buns. Now we have to watch out, because do we want them above or below the cursor? I guess below the cursor, but we want above or below the orders though. Let's make them below the orders for now. Draw flying buns. How are we doing this? An update function? Do we call it flybun? No, we call it fly spur. Yeah, fly spur. Okay, and now what we have to do is now the buns that are sold instead of the sprites just going away, we want to put them in the into the fly spur. Let's see if this works. I'm thinking about some problems. So all of our arrays start with 0, but it might be a good idea to start this one with 1, because the problem is, like, so far there's no gaps in our array. Usually all our arrays are filled all the way through. But with this one, we might have a situation where one bun gets removed. I mean, there's still some buns afterwards flying. So I'm not sure if this length work will maybe cause some troubles. So let's see if this works. So we're gonna do this when we remove the buns. Clear buns. Clear buns here. So yeah, here we switch the sprites. Okay, let me go through this. Yeah. No, actually here, we are actually doing this here. Yeah, we're selecting them. Here we're setting the sprite to nil. And what we instead want to be doing is fly spur, add fly spur, bun spur, and then we're setting the bun spur to nil. So we're adding the bun, whatever the bun there is, to... And we also give it a target for now. So what's happening here? There's a nil value. Okay, yeah, I thought so. All the buns get removed. Oh wait, oh, we haven't ordered them, right. All of the buns. Okay, so they're flying now. So, but now, of course, we want to fly them to a specific place. And that's something that we actually have to... Not only that, we also want them to disappear, but that's a whole different story. First, the targeting. No, let's make the removing first. I think that might be worthwhile. Clear fly spur. Dun, 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 dun. So yeah, we're getting the sprite from the fly spur. If spur is not equals null, make sure that this is actually a sprite that we're dealing with, and then we're making sure that if spur dot x equals spur dot target x and spur x equals target y, then, and here's where we will be removing this. So we're gonna go, this is del, it's del. Del fly spur and underscore spur, like this, right? That should work. Oh, yeah, we can do this. You're not getting removed. Why? Oh, yeah. -1. Yes. Ah. This is good. This is good. I like this. Okay, so now we not have to just make sure that when we're clearing stuff, that we have a target. And I think a good way to do this is just when we're clearing buns, we give those buns a target. And there's like two moments where we clear the buns, and one is the auto thing that we have to figure out somehow, I don't know. And the other one is where we actually check in order, and that's actually easier to do, because we actually know the I, right? So wait, so we have to now figure out where exactly the orders are. Clear buns. I mean visually on the screen. How do you draw the orders? There we go. It's 9-6 on the Y, so it's gonna be 9-6. Let's get those two. But this, okay, let's see how this works. But first also, when we're clearing the buns from the auto row, that's an update. Yeah, we have to figure out a good spot to put the combo buns in. Right now I'm gonna put them in -16 and -16, so they're kind of like off the screen somewhere. Maybe 64, yeah. Oh, not -64, I'm just at 64. Yeah, now it goes to the order that it belongs to. Okay, so something I don't like, it goes a little bit too far to the left. So let's give it like another plus. Oh wait, what? Oh no. Oh. Yes. Oh my gosh. I think it's a bit too much. 12. The one on the right, the order on the right didn't look right. It's better now. I think 8 might be enough. I think we can wait a little bit longer. I think 60 might be actually good after all, because if you're so focused on other things happening, the delay for the 4 off, I mean. Something I don't like is they start flying all at the same time. It would be nice to have a little bit of a delay there. We can do that in a second. And that would also help maybe adding some delay also for the other buns as well. I cannot solve this, right? Right. This was one, but it looked like it was multiple ones. Oh yeah, right. Also the shadow looks wonky because it's still the selected shadow. So maybe we're gonna fix this as well. That's what are clear buns, right? Yeah, that's better. Yeah, okay, so now we also need a delay, perhaps. I call it weight. Then when we animate, when you update the sprite, if spr dot weight equals 0, then else. And then we remove one from the sprite, right? Oh, we are here. Clear buns, right? So here we want to have a counter, maybe, or something like. Yeah. Let's call it like C. C equals 0. C plus equals 1, and then we're gonna here say spr dot weight equals C times 10. Let's try this. What is wrong with you? Unclosed error. Yeah, I see. Weird, right? Just an end missing? Oh, that's better. Maybe the weight a little bit smaller. Let's play a little bit longer. Let's see how this works. I don't like how the upper buns are going first. You want to have the lower ones going first, I guess. The one that is closer to the target should go first, right? Yeah, that was a bit odd. No, I'm stuck again. Yeah, I think they need to be closer together. Let's try with 5 frames. They fly a bit fast, so I think maybe making it a bit slower might be worthwhile. The game is fun, but I get stuck, and it's very frustrating because I actually like really fun to play. I want to continue playing, but it's like, nah, wait, it's oh no. Oh no, stuck again. See, it's bad. Okay, let me go backwards through this array. Oh, I'm stuck immediately? No, I'm not. I see that one of the problems is that the shadows are drawn over the other buns, and that kind of looks odd. Kind of blend into each other. If I make the movement slower, you will see, right? So now it's 8, let's make it double, really slow. Let's make it really slow. It was 8, just to remember. Yeah, the shadow looks weird. Yeah, see how the shadows, because the shadows are over the other stuff, they look completely flat. And so there's multiple solutions here. We could draw the shadows I was already thinking about this. We could draw all the shadows first and then all of the buns on top of it. Or we can just, the flying buns don't have a shadow. That would be also a solution. I kind of like the slowness. Maybe a bit too slow, but the other movements was a bit too sudden, I feel. Yeah, slow is more pleasing. But I don't think slowness for the rows, because the slowness for the rows, if we ignore everything, just look at the rows, I think it was important that they snap into place. Like this was a good speed for the rows that's sliding in. So maybe we have to like save the speed. And change the speed depending on what is moving. Da 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 da. So let's make them be controlled by the speed. What? SPD is SPD? What? Oh, SPR. Got it. What? Oh, come on, what are you doing with me? Oh yeah. No, it's a bit too slow now. So make it 32. And I'm gonna, for now, I'm gonna remove the hover. I think that will look slightly better. Yeah, that looks better. Maybe a bit faster still. The problem I'm having with the animation, we have to maybe tweak the animation curve, because the animation is the speed at which it's taking off is nice, but it's slowing down extremely at the end. And that's something that I don't like. Kind of want to maybe make them take off slower and then you know, smash into the back or something like this. We're gonna have to be tweaking that animation curve. And of course, right now the order changes immediately and doesn't wait for the bun to arrive. So we would have to like make the order also react to the bun approaching it. Yes. Oh, look at this. Ooh. Oh, that's so good. What? I can't. Oh, yeah, right. It's the croissant I need. Yeah, we're stuck again. It's kind of difficult to tweak the speed with this cursor. What if we make it 16? See, if it's close to where it's supposed to be, it moves like really nice and slow. But if it's far away, it's like this. Because that's how the animation curve works. If you can keep the game going, it's super nice. Yeah, I think we're done here, right? No, we still can go a little bit, not too long. Oh, yes! 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 What if the cakes move up a bit, about 10 pixels, as if they were rising? Yeah. Yeah, like in the chess animation. Yeah, so that's something that we're gonna do at next time around. We're gonna tweak the animation curve, so the cakes are actually flying like or the pastries are flying in a more pleasing way. Animation curves. But something I want to do is when we're clearing stuff. Yeah, here. So when buns are appearing from nowhere. Let me think about this. I want a slightly delay. So wait, so we're going from this, going backwards through array. Yeah, makes sense. And then we always, if there's a empty spot, we try to find a bun. Yeah, and that bun should fly as soon as possible. And the idea is that we have this counter. Yeah, okay, let's just use this counter, whatever. We have the counter, so. I'm gonna make the weight really big so we can see it happening, and then we can turn it down. Let's make it like 60. A bit too much, I have to say. So let's make it 10. Let's see how that works. Let's see a good combo here. Yeah, let's see. I don't know. I didn't see too much still. Give me a good combo, man. Oh hey, I just found this was a thing. Cool. Love your rock, Chris Mannington. Hey, fart part. Fart part. Welcome to the stream. Come on, still don't. I had such a really good example for this when I started, and now don't make me go into the program and try to find. I see I need a 3 in a row vertically. Also, I think the problem is that there is no delay on the new buns appearing. Yeah, the filling gaps in the board is fine. Yeah, filling gaps in the preview board is something that we're not delaying. So let's make that. No, that looks better. Maybe 10 is a bit too much. Let's push it together a little bit. 5. It seems to be working. I think it was quite pleasant. I'm trying to find another combo so I can see it one more time. Wow. Okay, we need 3 croissants now, guys. Whew. Or 3 buns. Yeah, okay, we can do that. Do we have 3 croissants? No. No, all 3s. No. Yeah, there's no way. Okay, guys. So so this is going to be it for today. I'm going to check this in. Maybe before we do, let's make a to-do. We actually did a to-do. Yeah, we know exactly what we want to do. The animation curves of the buns are not pleasant enough. We have to work on the animation curves a little bit. Will be a bit difficult. You might figure it out. Okay, guys, so thank you for joining me once again. Remember to, I'm gonna do the YouTube thing, I'm sorry. So down there, whoop, there we go. Down there is subscribe button. So if you mash that button, I would be very, very happy about that. And there's like a little bell that lets you know when I go online or there's a new video posted, because I'm not exactly sure when the next stream of this will be. Because tomorrow I have some errands to run. And with those errands, I don't know if there's going to be a gap in my day where I can like slot in some work. There might be one in very late evening, so around the same time that is right now, where I could get some work done. Not too much though, so tomorrow not going to be a big game development day. But I will be back on Friday for sure with some more stuff, I think, I hope. Yeah, and also, a very important thing, I always forget this, but you should also check out Illustration, the guy who made the Mai-Chan Sweet Buns card, because I think he's a very talented artist and he has a webcomic, and you should check the webcomic out. He has a very cool art style. So yeah, thank you for joining me. It was a great pleasure, and I hope you will join us next time around, guys. Bye bye!